Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. When it comes to Pokemon card collecting, I absolutely love collecting Pikachu promo cards, and that really comes down to the fact that there are so many different kinds of Pikachu promo cards. They all have their own unique stories, and they tend to have some of the best looking Pokemon card art you can find anywhere. So in today's video, I'd like to share you guys my top 10 favorite Pikachu promo cards in no particular order. There's some really cool cards in here that absolutely tell a story, so I'd like to share that story with you guys. First up, and this is in no particular order, we have the 2017 Easter Pikachu, released as a part of the Sparkling Spring Festival. All you had to do was purchase 5 booster packs from any participating Japanese Pokemon Center and you would get yourself a Pokemon egg-shaped envelope. And inside that envelope was one of 4 possible promo cards, with the big one being this Easter Pikachu. This card is absolutely gorgeous, and the Pokemon Company has not released any other Easter themed Pokemon card, and the art from this card is really amazing. I love the design of this card, and it's easy to understand why this is one of my favorite Pikachu card. By the tail, you can tell that it's a female Pikachu, and the design on this card is unbeatable. Such an adorable card. Next up, we got ourselves the Kanazawa Pikachu, released in November 2020. It was given for free to anyone visiting a Pokemon Center in Japan. Once again, it is a female Pikachu based on the heart-shaped tail. A very cool design. This Pikachu is wearing a yukata, which is a traditional Japanese summer dress, and you can see all of these really colorful balls in the background. Those are actually tamari balls, which are balls wrapped in yarn made of very colorful designs, and this card really showcases how cool Japanese culture can be. And as far as Pikachu cards go, this one is one of my favorites inside of my collection for sure, just because of its really iconic and colorful design. Next up, we got ourselves the Shibuya Pikachu, also known as Graffiti Pikachu. This card was released in November 2019. The card was given out to anyone visiting a Japanese Pokemon Center. One thing that's really unique about this card is that there is no artist. There's no artist for this card, so we actually don't know who drew this card, or at least I don't know who drew this card. My current guess is it looks like a Koki Saito design. He draws a lot of the other Pikachu promo cards, and this one looks very similar of his indicative design, so I think he might have drawn this one, although I'm not particularly positive since it doesn't have an actual artist signed by it. But a very cool design. Again, you never see Pokemon art like this, and I just love the colors on this card. Once again, I'm an absolute sucker for shiny, vibrant colors, and this card just delivers it on so many different levels. Next card up, we got ourselves the Gentleman Pikachu. This one is a fan favorite in my heart, and that really comes down to the fact that I am a huge flannel and plaid fan as well, so this card really just does it for me. It practically just has my iconic shirt in the background, so I gotta love this card. Super cool design. It is celebrating the opening of the Pokemon Center Tokyo DX. All you have to do was purchase 5 booster packs and you would get a copy of this card. This Pikachu is shown wearing a very high-class, rich attire that was popular in Japan during the 1960s. So this is what rich people in the 1960s would wear. So very cool looking card and one of my favorite inside of my collection. Next card up, and you've probably seen this card before, and this is the Beauty Looking Back Pikachu, released on August 2021. It was released as a collaboration with the Japanese Postal Services. This card came in a Pokemon stamp box. This card is absolutely stunning. It's based on a 17th century painting by artist Hishikawa Moronobu, and it is a super cool looking painting as well from the 1700s. Why is it based on that painting? Because that painting is a very iconic stamp in Japan, so this is a rendition and inspiration for that art piece. So I'm really happy with this card. This is peak Pokemon art to me. This is such a cool card. This is a card that you can easily frame, put on any given wall, and it will still look classy. So that's what's so great about this card. And the crazy thing about this card is that it's still quite affordable, unlike many other Pikachu promo cards that are going for thousands of dollars. This one, because it's so recent, it's actually still quite cheap. and I don't know how long it's going to go for those prices. It's definitely going to go up in value just because of how awesome looking this card is. I usually don't do any recommendations for any of my cards, but in general, I think this card is one that any collector would be happy to have inside of their collection. This next card needs no introduction. This is probably one of the more iconic Pikachu promo cards that everyone knows about, and that is the Scream Pikachu. This card was released on October 2019, inspired by the famous Scream painting by artist Edvard Munch. This card came out as a collaboration with the Munch art exhibition being held at the Tokyo Art Museum at the time. This card was distributed to the museum visitor for 1 week in December, so it was a very limited run, and it was one card per person. Even around the initial release, this card was going for around $40, which I know that seems super cheap at the time, but at $40, I had to work all day at my student textbook store to be able to afford a single copy of this card, and I picked up quite a few copies of it just because I absolutely love this card, and I don't have as many copies of this card inside of my collection any longer. Do I regret it? Not really, because those cards are now sitting inside of other people's collection, and I'm sure they're cherishing those cards as well, just as I have. I can't really display 20 copies of this card, so it's better off that other people have them inside of their collection. My next favorite card is the Yokohama Pikachu. This card was released in November 2018, given out with the release of the Pokemon Center Yokohama, which is a seaside city, and you can see by this artwork that it is definitely rocking that seaside theme. This card has a whole entire crew of Pikachu sailors, and it comes with 3 other cards that are also really gorgeous, but of the 4, I think this one has to be my favorite because I just love the 3 Pikachu in their individual outfits. We got a female Pikachu in the group as well, so a very iconic looking trio. My next favorite Pikachu card has to be the 2009 Victory Medal card, because when I was younger, I didn't really have any of the trophy cards, and this card was such an affordable pseudo trophy card that I could very easily proudly display inside of my collection, and I absolutely love this card. If you look at the serial number, it is definitely one of the older PSA graded cards I have inside of my collection. This one I absolutely love. It also comes in a 2nd place and 3rd place medals, which are silver and bronze, and I have the whole entire collection. If you're looking for affordable trophy cards, these are it. They look great on display. These are trophy cards, so you can very easily display them. The great thing about all of these Pikachu promo cards is that they're all conversation pieces. These are cards that I love displaying. These are cards that I love talking about. As you guys can tell, I'm super passionate about my Pokemon card collection, and I just love talking about the story behind every single one of these cards. The next card up, and this one you've probably seen inside of my collection or other people's collection before, and that is Red's Pikachu. This card was released in August 2018. Customers could get a copy of this card by purchasing 5 booster packs. This card was so incredibly popular that it sold out all Pokemon cards in Japan for months. It is such a cool card, and this card is just so cool. The Pokemon Company has since released many cards like it. This is probably what I would consider an OG trainer gallery card, where you got a Pokemon as well as a trainer inside of the card. And it's very iconic because it is Red's Pikachu, a very specific card. It's actually got both the trainer and the Pokemon name in the title. Lovely, lovely card. If you're looking for an affordable Pikachu promo card, I think this is probably going to be one of them. And last but not least, it requires absolutely no introduction, and that is the Mario Pikachu card. This card is super, super cool. Released in October 2016 as a crossover collaboration with Nintendo's Super Mario Bros. This art is full of crossover references. It came inside of a Mario Pikachu box, and if you look at the art that it came in, there is so many little references. Some of the ones that I can recognize right away is that Blastoise is there instead of Bowser. We got a Shroomish instead of a Goomba, and there's just so much going on. I picked up a ton of these Mario Pikachu cards, and we still have a couple of these inside of my collection. I've sold a couple of them, although I am super against selling any additional copies of these. People ask me all the time if I'm willing to sell them any Mario Pikachu boxes, and I just am not. I'm not really willing to part with that as a part of my collection. I don't have a ton of copies of these left, and I want to keep every single last one of them. So that is my top 10 favorite Pikachu promo cards. As you guys can tell, they are super diverse, and every single promo card comes with their own little story. I didn't really have a purpose for this video. I just really wanted to share with you guys my passion. This wasn't really a planned video. I just wanted to talk about these cards. So if you have any additional questions or you want to learn how to get into Pikachu promos collecting, I would love to have you join in this hobby with me. Leave me a comment about what cards you're currently excitedly collecting, and I would love to join in your collection as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.